Pahasapa, which is Lakota for the hills that are black, also known today as the Black Hills of South Dakota, is very sacred to the Lakota Nation. Their origin story even comes from Wind Cave, which is located in the Black Hills, so very sacred to the people.
About 60 million years ago or so, there was a large and widespread volcanic event or activity that occurred, thus causing the ground to rise thousands of feet into the sky and creating the land we know now as the Black Hills.
As you can see right here, we have a rough outline of where the Black Hills are compared to Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, and it's more on the west side of South Dakota. Ever since the landmass that is now called the Black Hills has risen due to volcanic activity, about 6,000-ish feet of material has been eroded, exposing the layers that make up the Black Hills.
Like an onion being cut apart, the erosion from millions of years cut deep into the rock, exposing multiple layers of different kinds of rock and different compound buildup of rocks, showing layers of yellow and green and a light pink and so many different colors. Now, in this roughly drawn map we have here, there is the general area here of the Black Hills. The stark gray spot here is mainly igneous and metamorphic rock. That'd be granite and schist and rocks like that. It is also the oldest rocks being igneous rocks. And then outside of that is a layer of limestone and dolomite, which are known for their cave building properties. And thus, that area contains both the Jewel Cave and Wind Cave, which could possibly be the longest caves in the world. Especially Jewel Cave, since there's 200 miles discovered, yet it's still going on. Then we have a layer of shale on the outside, this pinkish color. And that actually got eroded away after millions of years, leaving a divot or canyon, or a moat, around the entire area. And then on the outside we have a layer of sand, which is also the youngest.
So we are studying Canyons Trail at Jewel Cave National Monument.
We have found out that this is called the wandering garter snake, which, even though it's not a venomous snake, it does have toxic saliva, and in addition it does have very good described ridges or keels on every scale, allowing it to assist in climbing.
Hey, we're at on Canyon Trail, and behind me, you can tell the difference from what you just saw. 21 years ago apparently, there was a wildfire that started in the National Forest from, apparently they think, a cigarette, and burned a lot, like thousands. I don't remember exactly, but I think she said 80,000 acres, which is a lot. And it was a hot one. When we drove in, we were looking at it, and you notice all the dead trees, but there's a lot of trees laying on the ground that have just fallen over time. And you don't see a lot of rejuvenation of young trees. And we were discussing it before we asked about it. I was like, wow, that looks like it was a long time ago. With such little rejuvenation, you expect a bunch of little baby trees out there. But apparently it was a hot enough fire, it literally just baked everything. I mean, just like dang near sterilized the soil. It's hard for plants to grow. If it's a super hot fire, it will actually damage the soil. And when it does that, it takes a long time for plants to rejuvenate. We saw areas earlier that had been replanted. But that's 21 years ago. Plus, we're in a pretty arid place. So it takes time anyway, but you don't even see any baby trees out there.
cute too.
Can you smell that?
We're right here. Look.
Smell that. It smells so
wow.
good.
It is.
These are the thistle species that we saw.
I don't know which one this is.
Yeah, in the visitor center though.
Is this the eastern? There's an eastern one and a western one here.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Smells spectacular.
We know where the butterfly club is. Should I know?
Hold the line right, Jody.
Yeah. Did you watch your stuff?
I mean, hold it, you got it.
Got it.
Tomorrow.
Little stalactites.
Yeah, itty bitty, right?
Yep.
We camped the whole time in the Black Hills National Forest, and I decided one evening to actually take the camera and show the gorgeousness of the rocks that were lining the outside of our campground, just to show you the amazing brilliance of the igneous and metamorphic rock. We have this granite with exceptionally large crystals of feldspar and all kinds of other different minerals, and also gorgeously shiny schist, which is a metamorphic rock that is loaded with mica. And I showed it at night, but during the day when you're driving through that section of the Black Hills where the igneous and metamorphic rock is exposed, it literally looks like jewels sparkling and glittering along the whole sides of the Black Hills when you drive.
It's such a packed hole. Golly, they are just mazes of holes everywhere. And that's disconcerting.
What is?
Keeping the rock
Metal mesh.
So I speak two languages. I speak science and I speak human. I'm saying that, there probably is some. Usually, if there's water regularly there, it wouldn't shock me if you started. It's calcium carbonate stuff.
Augusta State Bike, last day here, and down there there's a giant bison jam. Then as we're coming down the road, this is what we see in front of us. Look at that. Looks like lots of moms and young ones moving towards the big bison jam. There's bison everywhere over here. More up over there on the hill, right in front of us, over there, a bunch over there, and if you ever see one of these bison, give them their space. Oh, what are you two doing? Two of them. They look small in this, but they're just about as big as our car.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. All of those black dots are bison. All those black dots are these.
Land animal of North America.
Look at his body. He's about the end.
Right after seeing a bison jam, we get to see this.
Oh.
Got him all. Oh, look at that one starting to do the bounce.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Mom.
It actually reminds me of the same kind of thing.
Look at that. That's a young one. There they go. The fastest land animal in North America.